Well, hey everybody, John Ritlin here, and this is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 29 Night 6 event. Third of the way through a tournament, because even though it's a 19-day tournament, the 19th day is the finals. So, pretty much at this point though, if you have 0 points, you're kind of fucked. Even if you have 2 points, it's kind of, not necessarily a death sentence, but people have a lot of catching up to do. Because since is an 18, since the 18 days are split between 2 blocks, you only have like 9 matches each. So if you've already dropped 2 matches or even 3 matches this early on, you're pretty much screwed. Also, want to quickly update. The Saturday review will either be up Saturday morning or in the evening. Just simply depends on if I sleep well or if I, have to sleep in, go to work, and then watch it after I get home. And then the Wednesday review will be up Wednesday afternoon, possibly, since I probably won't watch that live. I'm going to a 2-day indie event, Friday the 26th and Saturday the 27th in Seattle. And I do have to work the 27th and 28th, so unfortunately, I will have to have the 27th and 28th G1 reviews up sometime Sunday afternoon, possibly. Or if I really don't have any time, I'll just lump it in with the July 30th one. And then I'll update you guys as things go on. So anyway, with that out of the way, and with me pretty much torpedoing anybody with a low point total, let's get on with Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, Chris Charlton on commentary, and B-block action tonight. I will also have a point total at the very end to give you an idea of just who's in the running and who's pretty much fucked. Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens versus ZSJ and Kanemaru is a preview of Bad Luck Fale and ZSJ, and I really don't have any desire to see that match. Now, they face off in the 2017 G1. I do remember seeing that match. It wasn't bad. It was not a bad match, but I have no desire to see Fale in any more of these tournament matches. Like, I just shut my brain off, and I'm sorry, Chase is in there. He's a good tag team wrestler, but I just don't give a shit. I didn't care. There was a nice jump before the bell. Kanemaru and Chase had a nice grapple. Centauri surprise, the alcohol spit. Well, unfortunately, Kanemaru gets kicked and the spray goes right into Zack Sabre Jr.'s face on accident. And a grenade on Kanemaru, 1, 2, 3. You could skip this match easily and you wouldn't miss anything. Or if you're watching on Access, I think they only have the block matches on there, same day coverage. So you're not really missing that much with a lot of these tag team previews. Some of them are fun. This one, whatever. It's Fale and it's more importantly Chase that just... This team, while interesting, I guess to some fans, just isn't interesting to me. That's just my take. And then we get Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer versus Hiroshi Tanahashi and Honma. Well, of course, Suzuki and Archer just beat up Honma. Big fucking shock. Really. And they beat up some young lions before the match officially begins. I think they're just going to start swinging young lions and see who can, keep them down the longest. I think that might actually be the next the next step. But then we get Honma once again getting beat up. Archer and Tanahashi preview, which ought to be pretty interesting. It'll be because this will be telling. If they want to push Archer, him being Tanahashi would be a big deal. Now that being said, I think Tanahashi's going to win, but Archer's had a really good tournament so far, even in defeat to Kenta. And then double Kokeshi, which is pretty nice. Cool double chokeslam where Archer just chokeslams Honma and Tana. The Everybody Dies Claw ends up pinning Honma for the 1, 2, 3. And then more young lions get beat up because they're trying to break up the whole damn thing happening. And that it was what it was. And then we get Bushi, Evil, and Sonata versus Kenta, Clark Connors, and Ibushi. I wonder who the fuck... It's Clark Connor. Clark Connors is taking the pin because, of course, he's a young lion. LA Dojo young lion, but a young lion nonetheless. It'll be some nice previews here, though, of Evil versus Kenta and Sonata versus Ibushi, as the announcers called it a handsome battle between Sonata and Ibushi. I will agree with that. Mainly because I can see why the ladies just absolutely love these two. Plus, they are super talented in the ring, and their styles are definitely going to mesh well, as they are super agile and can just make everything look easy. So, starts off with Sonata and Ibushi, just the agility. Oh, look, I do a flip. You do a flip or whatever. Oh, hey, I can do this too. And it was just really impressive. LFJ with the great triple teaming action, as you would expect. Kenta and Evil in, and then we get Connors and Bushi, and then soon after MX 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much it. Bushi didn't take the pin. Hooray! He can only not take a pin when the young lion's in the ring. And then we get Will Ospreay and Toa Henare versus Okada and Yoshihashi. It's a preview of Okada versus Ospreay, which we've seen before, but these guys do work well together. Their matches actually have gotten better as things have gone on. From like the 46th anniversary show in March of last year, which was a good match, but I think any of their matches since then have been pretty damn good, like in the New Japan Cup earlier this year. And Yoshi and Hanare start, they had, some nice little scrap, and Hanare did get beat up quite a bit. He did end up coming back at some point after Ospreay and Okada got in. Ospreay even mocking the Rainmaker pose. And Hanare does lift Yoshihashi, even though Yoshi tried to stop the superplex, or, the big old delayed superplex. That was pretty impressive. But in the end, Fisherman Buster pins Hanare for the 1-2-3. I'm pretty interested to see what they're going to do with Okada versus Ospreay, how they're going to vary it up. I'm really worried about Ospreay, though. I wonder if his neck is healthy enough for him to wrestle, because he's always holding it. Now, granted, he's a pretty damn good seller, but I am worried about him. I'm really thinking that after Royal Quest, if he, maybe have him face Hiromu at Fighting Spirit Unleashed or something like that, or whatever the next big event will be, like maybe one of the Destruction shows or something like that, and give Ospreay some time off until near Wrestle Kingdom or something like that. He needs it. He really has worked hard, but give him some time off if he needs it, because he's got to be safe for himself. And then we get, starting to B-block action, we get Tai Chi with Miho. Miho always makes Tai Chi's character more interesting, versus Shingo Takagi. And Shingo attacks before the bell. That was nice. That was really, really good. There was some really good outside action mixed in with a whole lot of really nice lariats. Really good set of kicks. Tai Chi is probably the best Tai Chi's looked in a while. He has shined a little more this year when he wants to show up and actually, not just rely on the antics or the iron fingers of Izuka. Then okay, and that kind of sounded a little wrong, but still, this was pretty good. There was a nice Noshigami, which is it's almost like a variation of a Gory special where he has his opponent on his back, Shingo does, and then flops down. And that's basically what a Noshigami is. And Axe Bomber from Tai Chi, that was nice. Made in Japan from Shingo, 1-2. More near falls, some nice lariat exchanges. And Lasso of Dragons pins Tai Chi for the 1-2-3. So yeah, Shingo's having a good tournament so far. Tai Chi has shown up quite a bit. I think it was pretty obvious. If he ends up with more than 8 points, I will be shocked. If he wins more than 3 matches in the next, 6? If he wins more than that, I will be very, very shocked. And then we get Juice Robinson versus Jeff Cobb. Love Jeff Cobb, love Juice Robinson. This was nice. This was a nice match with, strength versus, Juice is not exactly he's not exactly somebody that you could say is a weakling, but come on, it's Jeff Cobb. His strength is otherworldly. Nice show, respect to be gained. These guys know each other from their time in Ring of Honor as well. Juice with a senton off the apron outside. Of course, he did not hit the apron because, as we know, that's the hardest part of the ring. Cobb showing his strength, tossing Juice around. There was a powerbomb out of the corner by Juice. Some German suplex variations. That was pretty impressive. And Juice looked like he was going to have the win, but in the end, tore the islands 1-2-3, and Cobb actually earns his first 2 points of the G1. So that's nice. Cobb, I think Cobb's going to end up with 6 points. I don't think he's going to end up with all that much. And I love Cobb. Since he's in Ring of Honor full time, him being here, he's just there to fill out the field. But he's had some good matches so far. It's probably the best match he's had of the 3 so far, because they did cut the Moxley, the one they had with Moxley pretty short. But anyway, speaking of short, Jay White versus Yano. I'm gonna go through it. Stalling, Gato antics. Jay White and Yano kept trying for low blows, kept trying for that. Gato ends up getting in the ring. Somehow, Gato's knucks end up in Yano's hands. And then after a referee distraction where, Yano shoves Jay White into Gato, he hits him, hits him with a low blow while having the knucks and rolls him up 1-2-3. It was 3 minutes. It was 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Yano has beaten Jay White, and Jay White is 0-3 in the tournament, which I'm actually kind of okay with. They keep pushing this narrative, commentary does, about how nobody has come back from 0-3 to win the G1. That worries me since Jay White is 0-3. I think he will get close. I think he will probably end up rattling off, 6 matches. He'll probably rattle off 5 matches. Even if he rattles off 6, I don't think he's going to make up enough ground, especially with the people that are ahead of him in the block. That being said, it would be a hell of a story, and it would be a great way for Jay White to stick it to people, but the Chaos Revenge Tour continues, as Chaos members have beaten up and beaten Jay White, in 3 straight matches. So that's pretty cool. Then we get Tetsuya Naito versus Hiroki Goto. Good match. Enjoyed it. Goto jumping Naito. The crowd boos. And, it's kind of funny. Naito can jump the wrestlers and the fans cheer. But anyway, Goto does dominate at first. Taking it outside. Taking it back in the ring. Naito does come back. Tweaks, just slams and tweaks Goto's knee. Slamming off the apron again, the hardest part of the ring. Really kind of violent, though. It looked like the knee, he tried to bend the knee in a way that the knee's not supposed to bend. Some more knee focus, a nice strike exchange. These guys really did their strikes or kicks and everything really well. Yushi Goroshi, but just for 2. Good near falls counter. A spike DDT by Naito. Goto still had some good moves in here, but there was no doubt Naito was going to win. He had a short arm Destino. That didn't work, but then hit the full Destino, and I'm not going to try to do it like Kevin Kelly. 1, 2, 3. And then Naito gets his first 2 points in the G1. It's going to be very interesting by night 14 where we're at. Let's see, we're on night 6. Yeah, we get by night 14, we're going to have a pretty good idea who's going to be in the running of the G1, which I think I said around this time last year, and then I got proven totally wrong because I didn't think Tanahashi was going to win, but he did, and that was great. And don't get me wrong, if Tana won this year, I'd be surprised, but whatever. Anyway, we then get to the main event. Jon Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. Both men undefeated. Won their first 2 G1 Climax 29 matches. And I was hyped for this, and it went everywhere. There were chairs. There was a table. There was people getting hit into the walls. Fortunately, the wrestlers and not the fans. Fights did not break out among the fans. Just great. Just fucking terrific. They went out into the bleachers. They went out into the cheap seats. I mean, not the Korakuen's a big place. And I'm actually sure the seats are very expensive. They went out just as far as you could while still being among the crowd. It was just great stuff. There was this cool point where they did a chair lightsaber battle, and like Moxley's chair just explodes like instantly. I mean, not explodes like literally, but just falls apart. Be interesting to have exploding chairs, except we don't want that in our wrestling. Moxley does hit a nice dive, and then Ishii puts Jon Moxley on a table that Moxley set up, does a dive off the ropes. Ishii, one of the most ground-based wrestlers in New Japan, one of the most ground-based wrestlers I've seen, and he does that. He does a dive through the table. Nice superplex. This was fucking terrific. It was great near falls, lariats, sliding lariats, kicks. People no-selling Germans, no-selling big moves. I mean, and not it's just like, this, and then, somebody would get hit and they get knocked down. The headbutt battle, not like a crab battle. If Derb happens to be watching this, he'll know what I'm saying. Regal knee for 2, then another Regal knee, and the Death Rider 1, 2, 3. This was terrific. This was a great main event. Now, I do say this. This probably was the weakest one of the shows that I've seen. So that being said, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say B-. 3 of the G1 matches were good. I liked Naito and Goto. It was just never in doubt what was going to happen. So I mean, I liked it. Juice versus Cobb was pretty good. So actually, I'll say Juice versus Cobb was probably my second to least favorite one, even though it was a good match. But yeah, I mean, Jay White and Yano, it was what it was. So I'm just, again, B-. Undercard matches were a couple of them. So still not a bad show at all. I encourage you guys for sure to check out Moxley and Ishii. But anyway, B-. If I forget to put a poll up there, please leave your thoughts in the comments and let me know if you think there's a possibility that Jay White is going to beat is going to beat the field and actually get back into it. So I am also going to go over a point total really quickly, and then I'll go over subsequent point totals like in every few reviews. So for A block, Will Ospreay has 2 points, Archer has 4, Evil has 4, Bad Luck Fale has 2, Sonata has 2, Zack Sabre Jr. has none, Kota Ibushi has 2, Kenta and Okada have 6, Tanahashi has 2. B block, Juice Robinson and Shingo Takagi have 4 each, Jon Moxley is leading with 6 points, Tai Chi has 2, Yano has 4, Naito has 2, Ishii has 4, Cobb and Goto have 2, and Jay White have none. But anyway, that's what I gotta say. So please leave your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you think. And I will see you soon, guys.